Param Shanti. I welcome you all on Bapuji's official YouTube channel, Bapuji Dashrath Bhai Patel. I am Sakshi and today I am here to discuss on one of the most amazing and researched topic, that is who determines the time of death. Is the time, place and date of the death is predetermined by God? Does God plan everything, including our destiny? This question is deeply explored in various religions and spiritual texts. Different perspectives agree that the time of death is predetermined by the combinations of karmas, life purpose and the cosmic laws. Today we will talk with context to the Vedas, Upanishad and Puranas, the Bhagavad Gita and the other major religions. Stay tuned till the end of this video because today in conclusion we will be explaining what Bapuji has explained in context with this topic. First of all, we will talk in accordance with our Vedas. Rig Ved, what Rig Ved says. The Vedas state that the death is a part of divine will and the natural cycle of life. Agni, that is fire, Yam, the god of death, are considered the rulers of death. The soul is eternal and only the body perishes. Atharved says the death is a stage that leads the soul towards the rebirth or the liberation, that is moksha. The timing of death is governed by one's action, that is the karmas, and the universal law. So this was according to our Vedas. Now when we understand how our Upanishad explained this, Katha Upanishad in the dialogue between Yam, that is the god of death, and the Nachiketa, the death is seen as a part of soul's eternal journey. It is a part of soul's eternal journey. This is one of the most important and impactful idea. The time and the circumstances of the death are predetermined based on our past deeds. This is very familiar with all of us. Now, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad explains the soul is the eternal and moves through the cycle of birth and death. The timing of death is determined by the cosmic order. According to the Puranas, Garud Puran explains that death is guided by Yam's messenger, that is Yamdutas, who take the souls to the Yam Lok or Yam's court for the judgment. The timing of death depends on one's karmas and the direction of their life. Chitragupta, that is the Yama's assistant, maintains a record of all actions and decides the soul's destination, that is whether he will go to the heaven or the hell. Shiv Puran also explains about the cycle of birth and death and life after death, that is, remembering Lord Shiva at the time of death grants liberation. Death timing is determined by one's adherence to the dharma and the karma. This is the two very important law that explains your moksha or your liberation, that is, your dharma and the karma. According to Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says in the Gita that which is born must perish and after death comes rebirth. The time and the circumstances of death are predetermined based on one's karmas and dharma. Those who remember God at the moment of death attain liberation. That is also explained in our Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 2 also explains that the soul is neither born nor dies. Death is only the end of the body, not the soul, since the soul is eternal. In Hinduism, the karma explains the cycle of birth and death. So now we'll understand in context with the religions. So first, here is the Hinduism. Hinduism, as per the karma's doctrine, it says the time of death is the result of one's past action. Good karma leads to a peaceful death, while bad karmas may result in a painful end. Yam and Chitragupta, what it explains is the Yam, the god of death, and the Chitragupta is the record keeper, are believed to determine the time of death and the soul's judgment. In Islam, that is, it is explained that Allah's will, that is, in Islam, only Allah's know the time of death. The Quran states that every soul shall taste death. Death is seen as a part of God's plan and preordained. In Christianity, God's timing is said. According to the Bible, the time of death is a part of God's plan. Life and death are in the God's control and each individual purpose is determined by Him. In Buddhism, they explains in context with karmas and rebirth. That is, the death is a part of the cycle of karma and the rebirth. At the end of the cycle, the soul embarks on a journey towards in the next reincarnation. In Jainism, it is also explained in context of karma. That is, the death is determined by one's own karmic actions. The soul can achieve liberation, that is moksha, by shedding the karmic bonds. So if we conclude that all the religions and the spiritual text agrees at the time of death is preordained. That is, it is governed by karmas, cosmic laws and the divine will. Death is seen as a natural stage of life that leads the soul towards the higher truth and the liberation. This is the purpose of every soul, because at the end we all seek to go to the higher truth and the liberation. Now, the most interesting part of this video, what Bapuji has explained us. Bapuji has an amazing video on who decides time and place of death. I would highly recommend our viewers to must watch this video. It is available in both Hindi and English. And here I would like to give you a gist what Bapuji has explained us about who decides the time and the place of death. According to Hindu scriptures, it was believed that the Bhagya Vidhata, that is Devi, that is destiny goddess, who wrote the child's fate on the 7th day after birth. However, this is a symbolic and represents the ancient processes and traditions. In reality, destination is shaped by the theory of karma. As we have gone through this whole article, and we have so far have understood that every religion, every text, every scriptures are talking about karmas. Here Bapuji has also explained that destiny is actually shaped by the theory of karma. An individual soul creates its own destiny based on the accumulated karma records from past lives. There is no external entity physically writing one's fate. This is a very strong point because we are under the myth that our destiny is been already written. But most of the part, 90% of our destiny is what we created. So here Bapuji explains that there is no external entity who physically writing our fate. It is an automatic process, like a supercomputer that records and processes all karmic actions. People often shift responsibilities for their circumstances to the God, believing everything is pre-written by him. I would like to add here that what we think is, usually we have a tendency that we blame God for everything. But actually it is not pre-written. It's our karma which are responsible for everything which we are getting. This is a mindset leads to the inaction and neglect of one's effort and free will. Here Bapuji also explains the role of God. In the section Bapuji has explained in that video, the role of God that explains that God does not interfere in the working of karmas. The supreme power, or we say Parbrahma, and even the Trinity, that is Brahma, Vishnu or Mahesh, do not interfere in the lives of individual souls. Gita emphasizes free will, stating that is Man Mana Bhav. How we can explain this term Man Mana Bhav? This is the term which explains that we all have an excess of our free will. Our actions determines our destiny. Though we get temporary help from our Devi Devtas. In the past, the deities, that is the 33 crore Devi Devtas like Vayu Devta, Agni Devta, etc., would temporarily assist devotees due to their prayers and worship. However, these deities was not the destiny changers. That means when you worship your goddesses, they can help you because you are worshipping them, you are praying for them. So in return, they can give you some temporary assistance or relief, but they can't change your destiny. This is one of the most important points which Bapuji has focused on. He says that the deities are not the destiny changers. They would only provide you a temporary solution, that is saving someone from the demons. Over time, when these deities have taken human births, reducing their interventions. So earlier, there was their intervention, but now at the present moment, they have no power because they have taken as a human birth. So now their intervention is very, very low. Now Bapuji is also explained in terms of karmic records and death. Previously, there was a belief in the entities like Dharamraj and Chitragupta maintaining the detailed records of karmas. Earlier, it was a tradition that fate was written, but now there is no such system exist. A soul, birth, death and destiny were aligned with their sanchit karma, that is the accumulated actions. Even now, these processes are automatically governed by the karmic imprint in the soul. The purpose of understanding this whole concept, the death, is to lead a life of righteousness, that is dharma, and self-awareness and the spiritual growth. To listen videos like this more, subscribe to this channel, and we have a separate playlist of English videos. You can go and check the playlist. And thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Param Shanti.
Join us daily for our morning live meditation, Monday to Saturday, 5:30 to 6:30 a.m.
Join us daily for live meditation, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. on YouTube Live. Subscribe now. Website www.paramshanti.org. Email us anand@paramshanti.org. Like, share, subscribe. Join today.
बेहद की परम शांति सो